Thank you, Marianne. Welcome, everyone. I hope that you are all doing fine. Let me introduce myself. So, I'm Axel Béra. I'm working at EMLyon, and right now I'm based in Shanghai. I used to be a student, so I did the Programme Grande École of EMLyon in France, and now I'm a teacher. So, I will talk a bit about EMLyon and especially the life in France. And after that, we will have some time to share and to exchange some questions if you want more details on our program or the life in Paris or Lyon or Saint-Etienne. But let me show you what EMLyon is. So just to be sure, can you all see my PowerPoint?
Yes, I'm in Campus France Hanoi. We can see you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So today we'll talk about EMLyon Business School. We'll talk about a bit about studying in France and the school in itself, and a bit about the programs. Of course, in 20 minutes, I won't be able to talk about everything. So if you have any questions, if you want more information about the programs, either you're a bachelor or a master student, or you want to learn a bit more after having started your professional life, you can send us an inquiry by mail and we will share with you our presentation of today. So a good question is, what is the largest common higher education area in the world? You might think of USA because of its famous universities. You might think of Asia, but in fact, it's Europe. Uh, Europe has a very higher education area because it shares with many countries this culture of higher education. And especially in France, you might have been to France or you might have even studied in France. But for those who haven't, let's talk a bit about France because it has a lot of prejudices, and you might know France because of Paris and the Tour Eiffel. But it's not only that, it's also a country where you have a huge international mobility, and it's one of the largest and wealthiest economy in the world. In fact, it's the sixth economy in the world. And it has also a very rich history and diversified culture and environment. And France, it's not only Paris, but it's also Lyon, Marseille, Lille, Saint-Etienne, many places where you can learn, when you can share experiences and you can share with other cultures coming from all over the globe. One thing that you have to know about France is that the country is very welcoming for foreign students. You might see on the right of the screen something called allocation familiale. This is a state subsidies given to every foreign students coming to France for its studies. And you can have up to 200 euros to have a flat, to be able to study in good atmosphere, either if you're in Paris or other cities in France. And it's open to every foreign student. So France is really eager to welcome foreign students because we think in France that foreign students are wealth and not a burden, and we can learn from them. But EMLyon, as you might know, or as you might think by its name, it's not mainly located in Paris. So let's talk a bit about Lyon. Uh, Lyon, it's the second largest town in France, and it's also the second university town, and it's one of the most attractive city in Europe. In fact, it was ranked the 10th most attractive city in Europe in 2017. It's also a huge industrial metropolis and also a huge digital hub. One thing that we are proud at EMLyon and in Lyon too is that this city is really fast growing and has put emphasis into making connections between students and the economy and the arts. So studying at EMLyon or any universities in Lyon means also that you are deeply linked with the economic tissue of the city. And also, but I'm not the best to talk about it because I'm deeply in love of Lyon. It's one of the most beautiful city in France. It's a bit smaller than Paris, but has everything to enjoy, from art to sport to cultural events. You can do a lot of things in the city. It's also very well located because you can go skiing, you can go to the sea really easily, and it's ideally situated in France and in Europe. So you can travel in all of the countries because you're close to Germany, you're close to Italy, you're close to Great Britain, and within 3 hours, you can visit any countries in Europe. So that was for Lyon. But if you want more information about the city, I would be very glad to give you some elements. But about the business school in France, you have to know it's a bit different from universities. Maybe you have heard about universities in France, and they are state schools. Business schools, such as EMLyon, are really different. Business schools are very small, highly selective institutions. That means that we don't have 10,000 students on our campus. We prefer to select the students and give them the opportunity to rise and shine in our courses. We focus also on single discipline, meaning that at EMLyon, you will not learn about mathematics, you will not learn about art, you will not learn about biology. You will solely focus on business. It can be either finance or human resources, marketing, etc., but you will focus on that. And all these studies are either in French or English, according to your choice. And this is very important. You can choose to follow a French path or an English path. And if you are a foreign student, you can improve your English or your French by following these courses. Um, Also, we have a very high level of resources and support per student. That means that we have a lot of teachers eager to share their knowledge, and also a huge part of our school dedicated to help you enter the job market and find the best opportunities that you can. We have very close relationships with companies. Unlike universities, we are dedicated to make our students entering work life very fast. You will have to complete internships. You will have to work closely on business cases with companies in your first year in the school. Also, we have excellent placement results, and I will talk about them later, and an excellent ranking in Europe. French business schools are very famous and very highly ranked in Europe and also all over the world. If you want more information about that, you can look at the Financial Times rankings or even the Shanghai ranking. About the ranking, so EMLyon was founded almost 150 years ago. So a very large history, a very uh, interesting history. And since its beginning, it has always been a very important school in France. You can see that it has been ranked second by the Times Higher Education Global or by Le Point, which is a French newspaper doing some rankings on business school. But EMLyon has always been in the top 4 business schools in France and also in the top 50 business school in Europe. Also, and we are very proud of that, we have the EQUI, CSB, and EMBA accreditations. These accreditations might mean nothing for you, but only 1% of the business school all around the world, and not just in France, but all around the world have this triple accreditation. That means that our school is within the 1% top business school in the world. We have also a lot of programs. These programs are also highly ranked, either being marketing, finance, human resources. Our school provide top programs to help you enter the job market. So about the school, I've told you that EMLyon Business School is obviously based in Lyon, but our philosophy is not to stay rooted in our home city. So we have created over the years different campuses to make students go abroad and also learn abroad, to learn from other cultures and to learn from other backgrounds. So in France, we have 3 campuses, the Lyon campus, the Saint-Étienne campus, and the Paris campus. That means that you can learn in Saint-Étienne, Paris, and Lyon. But we also want to expand our reach to other countries. So, and I'm currently talking to you from Shanghai. We have a campus in Shanghai. And we have also opened a campus in Casablanca, Morocco, and in Bhubaneswar, India. These campuses, you might be able to learn during a semester or a year in these campuses. What is very interesting is in each countries, each campus, you have different learning paths and you have different specializations. So, for instance, in Shanghai, we are specialized in luxury or sport management. And if you want to learn from these particular fields, you will be able to travel all around the world, and especially in Shanghai, but in other campuses. We have also a lot of ties with other universities all over the world. So to give you an example, I told you I was a former student from EMLyon, and I did some studies in Vienna, in Austria, and I did also some studies in Barcelona, in Spain. I have some friends of mine who went to USA, Italy, Argentina, Morocco, of course, and we have plenty of other universities that you can visit for one semester because we are very proud to have so much ties with other universities all around the world. Let's talk a bit about the school profile of our students. So I already told you we have 6 campuses, and usually we have on the campuses more than 7,000 students coming from all over the countries. And it's very interesting because you create some links with the students and you learn from their culture. And I have friends of mine who are Chinese, who are Vietnamese, who are Japanese, who are Italian, Spanish, Austrian. And it's very interesting because you can learn so much from them. You can also see that we have 181 academic partners, which are the universities I was talking about. And we have more than 140 professors, and almost half of them are coming from abroad. All these professors hold a PhD and they are experts in their domain. And for having worked with them, I can assure you that they are interesting people. They are kind, but they also are very, very competent in their field, and you can learn a lot about them. And the last thing I want to put the emphasis on is the alumni network. We have more than 30,000 alumni all over the world. And this is very, very important. Um, Before talking about these alumni, I want to give you some key figures on our main program. So if you enter a school, you might expect an average salary of almost 50k euros a year. Usually the students coming from our school work in Paris, but not only Paris. A huge proportion of them work internationally, and most of them didn't had their master degree before entering the company. That means that the companies really want to hire you after taking the EMLyon programs, and they don't even wait for you to have your master. They hire you before the end of your program. A lot of them work in audit and consulting, but you have also a huge proportion of them working in finance or in media and cultures. And you can also be a teacher, just like me. Coming from EMLyon means that you can do basically whatever you want. A lot of them have also created their own company. And one of the last thing I want to talk with you is that EMLyon is really keen to help you entering the job market. So for that, we have created a career support that is part of all the programs that we offer and helps you to prepare and to make your entry in the job market. We help you to find some work placements, some internships, and we help you also to find your first job after graduation. We have an online career center. We have some career workshops where you can meet people coming from many companies, being consulting companies or luxury companies, etc. We have some career fairs in which you can also meet these people. We have some roundtables, but also some conferences, etc. And you have access to the alumni database. I was talking about the alumni. They are very important because they are all over the world. They are working in very different companies, and they are also usually very keen to help people coming from EMLyon to have an interview or to provide you with guidance on how they enter the school. Um, when I was looking for job or when my friend were looking for job, the first thing what we did was to contact people from the companies that we were targeting to ask them how did they enter. And usually these people take some time to give you some advices, to guide you through the process, or even give you a recommendation later to apply for this job. Uh, you can see some examples of the alumni. We have people working as CEOs at Schneider Electric, working at PayPal, working at Google, working at Porsche. We have some people in Asia also working at Veolia, HSBC, Calion, etc. So no matter which field you want to work in, you will find some alumni working in this field. And this is very important because we are very proud of this network of alumni dedicated to help you enter your dream job. And let me give you some examples of the companies who has ties with our school. We have Deloitte, Danone, Apple, Accenture, Microsoft, Nissan, etc. This is in alphabetical order because we couldn't put every companies in just one panel. So if you want to work in luxury, we have ties with luxury companies. If you want to work in new technologies companies, you can also work, find some companies that can suit you, etc. Um, the only thing that I want you to remember by the end of this short presentation is that coming from EMLyon means that you can do whatever you want. You can work in big companies, you can create your own company, you can work in finance, human resources, you can work in marketing, you can do basically whatever you want. And this is being an early maker. Being an early maker is our motto. And that means that you can make your strength prosper within the school and use your strength to do whatever you want and choose your own destiny, choose your own career path. And this is very important for you to understand. So thank you, everyone. I hope it was interesting. I think that we have some time to answer your questions. If you want more information about our program, you can visit the website and you can send an email to asia@emlyon.com, and we will be glad to answer all your questions. So thank you, everyone. And if you have any question, let's answer them.
We actually have some questions already.
Okay,
Thank you, Axel, for your presentation.
with pleasure.
So I will link the question from Kwan and Nguyen Havi because they're about entering EMLyon. So Kwan's questions is about, so she's been studying for 3 years in Vietnam.
Okay.
Can she enter like later? Which level can she reach in EMLyon?
So we offer a huge variety of programs. She can enter the Programme Grande École if she's still a bachelor, but we also offer some master degrees and some international MBAs. So no matter your level in your education, you can enter the school. It won't be the same program, but you can enter the school at every degree.
Okay, thank you. And what are the, how does one apply to EMLyon? What is required, like in terms of English level or other requirements?
So the conditions to enter the school are different regarding the program, but of course we are very selective regarding the people coming in our school. So you have to have a sufficient proficiency in English, of course, and according to the program, you will have to match some expectations like the GMAT or having done enough work experiences, etc. But it really depends on the program. So not knowing which program she wants to enter or he wants to enter, I cannot fully answer to that. But we can provide some more information if they want to send us a mail. We can answer more precisely.
Okay, so yeah, we have some more precisions for that. So Javi is a high school student, so I guess she would be interested in the Grande École program or like the. So what should I prepare in her? What should she prepare in her education? Any specific tests, and how much is a tuition? How much is a year?
So the year also depends on the program. It ranges to 10,000 euros, or more or less 10,000 euros a year. What she should prepare is her English level, Also work maybe on GMAT and tests like that. And for more specific expectations, she should go to EMLyon.com and see which program will suit her best.
Mm-hmm. And what about the schedule, the calendar for applying? Is it on already?
Once again, it depends on the program. Some of the programs are always recruiting. Some of them have some fixed deadlines. So all the information are on the website, and we can also answer on specific programs by mail.
Okay. Alors, I think this one might be interesting. Are there any differences of the study programs or specialization between two campuses in Lyon and Paris?
Our goal is to make the learning experience the same on all of the campuses, but depending on your program, you will be sent to one specific campus because it's easier to fit the whole program. So, for example, if you want to have a specialization in luxury or sport management, you will likely be sent to Shanghai for at least one semester. What's important to understand is that all these campuses are made to function not separately, but together. And there's no very strong specialization. It's just easier to make one program work depending on your program on that or that campus.
Okay. Thank you. There was a question earlier, but it disappeared. But I thought it could be interesting to talk about if you offer any scholarship or help to finance the tuition fees.
Yeah, obviously, EMLyon is doing some efforts to make it affordable for highly interesting profiles. So depending on your profile, you might have some help on your tuition fees. And also the French government is a bit helpful. If you are a foreign student coming to France, you might have some state help.
Mm-hmm. And so you did study in Lyon, right?
Yes, I did study in Lyon.
Me too. No, but
So you do agree that Lyon is the best city in the world?
Yes, I agree. So can you tell us and our public a little bit about the cost of life in Lyon compared to Paris, maybe, and like the rhythm of life in Lyon?
So the cost of life is a bit cheaper than Paris, especially for living. The food and the movie theaters, etc., are more or less the same price than Paris, but the life is a bit cheaper in Lyon. So this is a very good trade-off between having all these opportunities in Paris, but not having to pay for your life in Paris. This is quite interesting because, yeah, you can go to the opera, you can go to movie theaters, etc., but the life is a bit cheaper than in Paris.
Thank you. And another question by T. Because I want to gain more experiences, so can I transfer to another city in the third year? So I guess between campuses.
It really depends. We really want the students to create their own path. So it's something doable without doubt. But if you want to be closer to Paris, you can. If you want to be in Saint-Etienne, you can, etc. And you can also organize yourself to follow your studies while having entered the work life. So yes, you are not stuck in Lyon. you can always find a way to balance between your future work life and your student life.
Okay, awesome. Well, then I guess that's a good conclusion for this presentation. Um, I see that your colleague Chen put a lot of information in the chat box for our public,
Yes.
so that's great. Make sure to check that, everyone. And also, when you will leave this conference, you will see a little survey that allows you to express your interest in EMLyon. So don't hesitate to leave your email address again if you want to be contacted. And
Yeah, and once
more.
again, do not hesitate to send us a mail. We will be glad to answer you or to send your mail to the person competent to answer you. But we are always glad to answer everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Axel, and thank you, Chen. Thank you. That was very interesting.
Thank you.
I wish you a very good day.
Thank you. You too. And
Thank
bye,
you.
Thank you, Axel
everyone.
and Jen.
Keep
Bye.
safe. Thank
Bye.
you.